Alright, I'm sick and tired of this bullshit, but because of Kappa, I'm gonna start doing another one of this, but right now I'm pissed off at Kappa, and I'm pissed off at this fucking shit. I literally just now looked up Storytime Animated, and what is the first thing I fucking see is this goddamn video. So let's watch this fucking retard somehow gets pregnant in elementary, because let me tell you right now, boys in elementary do not produce sperm.
Hi, my name is Kayla, and I got pregnant when I was still in elementary school.
Yeah, you did get pregnant. You go up to the teacher. Teacher, give me an A right now for show and tell, and then you fucking got some dick on pussy.
I grew up in this really small island. We had few neighbors, and children didn't get to go to public school. To study, I would have to travel many miles every day, and my parents couldn't afford it.
Wait, didn't you just say it was a public school and you had to walk? You don't what the fuck? Are you that retarded? You don't need any money for public school. It's private. The only money you do need for public, if you have to do something with food, if you don't want to have your own lunch at home, or at the very least, field trips. You don't have to do any of that. It's not mandatory. It's just, your own choice. But because you're an idiot, you have no idea.
My mom and dad wanted a better future for me, and they began saving up every penny they earned. It was a hard time because we had little to eat, and my parents worked almost all day long.
At least we know now that they didn't really have a lot to eat, so I take that back. But like I said before, the only money you need is lunch and field trips, and there's lunch stuff out of the way, so that kind of makes sense. But also, too, you don't really need to eat. I mean, school starved me all the time, and now I'm fucking a skinny boy. Now I am white privilege and skinny privilege. Take that, fat asses.
I had to help out a lot around the house, even if I was really young. I can't thank my parents enough for everything they did for me, and I know I disappointed them by getting pregnant when I was so young. I hope I can make it up to them and repay them for all their effort and love.
They will never forgive you because you made the Lord so angry. Now he won't trust you and put you in heaven. So, have fun with my daddy Satan.
When I was 9 years old, they managed to save up enough money to move to America. I knew a little English, but it was hard starting from scratch. I had a lot to learn, and I had never gone to school at all before arriving to the USA. Everything was new to me. Growing up in such a small island, I wasn't used to the busy streets or being surrounded by lots of people. I wasn't used to the fast-paced life of the city either. It was all so foreign and odd to me.
Of course she gets pregnant in America.
What was worse, I was older than my classmates when my mom and dad finally managed to get me enrolled in a public school. I was really eager to learn, though, so I studied hard and paid attention to my teachers. I did my homework every evening and practiced speaking and writing in English. Dad worked 2 jobs, and that allowed Mom to take care of me when I wasn't at school.
I wonder how I know speaking English, but what else that is very hard in freaking elementary that you have to study for? Literally all you do, it's like show and, especially if you're starting in 1st grade, literally all you do is show and tell, fucking 1 + 1 = 2, like it's not even that hard. Like, I guess it's hard because you really don't understand English, so I guess that makes sense.
That was also a big change because they usually didn't have enough time to be around me often. I was really happy about this. I was a kid and really needed my mom to be by my side. She helped me with my homework and motivated me to be responsible.
I guess she did not do a good job because being responsible doesn't mean, hey, I gotta get pregnant now.
I became a great student, and my teachers considered allowing me to skip a grade. Since I didn't have any previous education, they decided against it, even if it meant I was older than my classmates and I showed promise. Perhaps, they told me, I would be able to skip a grade or 2 when I reached high school.
Or maybe you should do what you did to the little kid, give the principal a blowjob, maybe he'll consider it.
6th grade arrived and everything was going well. My parents had both managed to get far better jobs. Dad was able to be home every night, and we were living in a nice apartment in a better neighborhood. My life was a lot better than it had ever been at the island. I had friends, I was studying, we lived in a nice place. Mom and Dad could actually spend time with me, and we even had enough money to afford nicer clothes and furniture.
Okay, 2 things. Why are you just stalling for 10 minutes? Like, Honestly, this has nothing to do, and you already are making this clickbait. That's number two. Because if this happens to any other schools, I don't think it does, because there's no way in fuck that they're going to make a middle school only for 7th and 8th graders.
We were not rich or anything of the sort, but it was more than enough for us.
Just call yourself a middle class.
That was when I met this really nice guy named Brad. I fell in love with him immediately. My parents allowed us to date because it seemed like it was so innocent. After all, we were both still so young. We spent a lot of time together. It was so much fun, and I loved kissing him. We were foolish and really young.
Yeah, you were so foolish and very young, and yet the fucking parents are like, oh yeah, you can sleep with our daughter, but if you get her pregnant, we will sue you.
One night, while my mom was working overtime, we stayed home alone. We began having too much fun, and one thing led to another.
Yeah, the one thing was that you created mistake number 2.
At first, I didn't notice anything was different. A few weeks passed by, and I began getting sick in the mornings.
That's called getting AIDS.
Mom got concerned, but since I felt better after a while, she brushed it off as the flu.
Okay, now that I know this bitch is fucking retarded, because there's no way in hell that you would brush something off and think it's the flu. You really know nothing about any disease, and neither does your mom, and that's fucking sad. Especially when she was pregnant with mistake number 1.
I didn't want her to be concerned, so I pretended I didn't feel queasy most mornings. I kept going to school and studying as normal, but things kept getting weird. My stomach began swelling up, and by then I knew that something was wrong.
Yeah, because already your belly swelling up was, now you feel like something's wrong, and not when you were just getting sick out of nowhere and doing all these cravings that you never had. Yeah, that's totally just normal.
I talked to Brad first, and we figured out I was pregnant.
Oh my god, I never saw that coming. Whoa! Whoa, that's a knee slapper. You so got me.
I completely freaked out and didn't want to tell my parents anything about it, but there wasn't anything else I could do.
Or either A, get an abortion, or B, just say that you were fucking getting fat, and then when you give birth, you're like, oh shit, I ate too much that I made a brown baby.
That night, I blurted the news out in the middle of dinner. I was too upset to try and calmly explain it to them. My parents were incredibly mad. They scolded me for hours and couldn't believe I could have gotten pregnant since I was so young.
It's like she's trying to say, oh wow, I can't believe they freaked out on me. They scouted me for hours saying I was too young. Well, believe it, sister. Wow, I can't believe people are getting mad at me because I'm only fucking 13 years old and my parents are screaming at the top of their lungs because I got pregnant. Oh wow. I mean, what did you do that to the same with your daughter? Literally fucking 10 years old. She's already having a dick down her throat. And you're already like, what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to say, oh, okay, that's fine. Not, hey, fuck off, whoever did that to you.
They took me to the doctor and wanted to confirm if it was true. After a quick ecography and a blood test, it was confirmed. I was expecting a baby.
Yeah, it sounded like you actually had so much enthusiasm for that. You know, because as well as you said that you were pregnant, and now you're like, I was expecting a baby. Why don't you just say pregnant again? But, you know, I'm fucking retarded as well, apparently, because I watched this shit 4 of them in a row, so let's go.
The doctor told them I was over 4 months pregnant, so there was no other choice but to keep the baby. When we got back to our home, my mom and dad started arguing. Dad said I was ruining my life, and Mom said that they needed to support me. I was their daughter, and even if I had messed up, they couldn't turn their back on me.
Still, though, you are ruining your life literally because you are not an adult, so you basically are ruining your childhood. You can say, oh, wow, you're saying that having a baby ruins your life, but she's still a kid. She's ruining some part of her life, so she's not even able to do a lot of stuff, so that's kind of sad.
They called Brad's parents, and the 4 of them met up. Brad and I were terrified, and all the adults were furious. They explained that they would support us, but that the baby would be our responsibility.
Haha, you actually have to take care of something that you have done. That's what you get for having sex, you know, without a condom. Last time I did, so I got STDs, but hey, at least I didn't get her pregnant.
We would have to keep studying, and when we arrived home from school, we'd take care of our son or daughter. We agreed immediately, of course, not only because it was the right thing to do, but because we were both terrified of our parents' anger.
Okay, I'm so sorry about this. Nothing what she said, but seriously, it's so fucking bad of the animation that you literally have to move her in place and zoom in and zoom out just because of how bad the fucking animation is.
I continued studying all through my pregnancy. I was very lucky since both my parents and Brad's mom and dad really were there for us every step of the way.
And the fact is that it's the same fucking parents, but with darker skin.
Against all odds, Brad and I continued dating all through high school. When we graduated, we moved in together with our daughter, Lucy. We have a great relationship and get along so well with all 4 of my daughter's grandparents.
Wow. You know, I don't understand how, if you guys fucking got her pregnant in middle school, how is she still a baby? That is the confusing part. Because you're now talking about college. That baby is not no baby anymore, okay? That is like probably in elementary school. The type of kid that is just like you, has the same genes, and now is going to get pregnant somehow. I'm going to say middle school, because you were literally in middle school. I'm right about this. You guys can't say, oh shit, you realize that 6th grade is in elementary school. But literally, look at the fucking video. She even said middle school. So right there, it's fucking clickbait. So suck my nuts.
We are a happy family and are doing great. We both have good jobs and plan on having more children in a few years.
Maybe you can do the fucking another trend with the fucking stepdaddy and get that fucking daughter pregnant. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you already did the impossible. How about you do the impossible twice?
Sometimes people think that I'm Lucy's sister instead of her mom, but we don't mind.
Yeah, we don't mind. You know, but we should mind the fact that you literally got pregnant in fucking middle school, not elementary school. But all that out aside, we still should fucking do something. At least take the baby away. Because you guys, I mean, sure, okay, fine. You guys can still have the fuck. You know what? I'm just done with this fucking bullshit. There's literally a bonus story, but since I came this far, I'm going to make the bonus story part 2 of this bullshit. And we're literally going to finish this one because, you know, we're almost there.
We worked really hard to raise her well, and we will continue to try and give her the best life possible.
I'm fucking done with this shit. Yeah, you can have fun with your fucking little mistake number 2 and have more mistakes, alright? Because this fucking society is dead. I am done. The moral of the story is get fucking pregnant during middle school. Because if you don't, then you're just a fucking loser. And the fucking moral of the story for me, well, I realized that if I wear a condom, I'm just a fucking hypocrite, because apparently getting your fucking daughters and all that shit pregnant is the new trend, and if I don't do it, I'm a loser. So I gotta throw all my condoms away so I can get my girlfriend pregnant, because that's the next story.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the other videos on the channel.
Some days I just wanna leave the negativity in my head. I just want relief from my stress.